Welcome back, everybody, to Fallout Shelter. Our hardcore playthrough has been going incredibly smoothly so far, and we're going to start today's episode by bringing Philip back home. He has been exploring the wasteland for a little bit, and honestly, I just don't like him being out there too long with no stem packs. So get your buck back in here, buddy. We're going to take your caps, and we're going to put you back to work. I think because of his high strength stat, we're going to go ahead and put him in another electrical room, or at least the main one for now. I do feel like sometime in the near future we'll be expanding that, because without electricity, we can't really expand anything else. What's the point of creating 5 medical bays if none of them have power because we don't have enough power? Alright, we got ourselves a nice rush bonus. That's always good. And as usual, I want to remind everybody, do not try to do that shit over 30 because trust me, it's not worth it, especially on hardcore difficulty. It'll just waste your time and your caps. See what I'm saying? Anything around 24, 25, or roughly under 30 is usually in the safe zone. By the way, I just wanted to mention, if anyone else is playing a vault game along with us, or is just playing one currently for fun, I'd love to see the photos or like any screenshots y'all provide in order to show me how far along you've gotten, how many vault dwellers you have, how powerful they are, etc., etc. I honestly like the idea of making this a little bit of a community thing where we all work together, or we're all like working towards a goal of making a very prosperous and happy vault. So, I don't know, let me know down in the comments if you like that idea or if you have any personal twists you might add while I go ahead and add this bedroom. Now, I know that the size of the bedroom does not really matter when it comes to the chances of having a baby, but I honestly just feel like constantly increasing our storage space for resources such as crafting materials and all the main ones for happiness and survival are really important, but see what happened? We did it at 33. Even just a little bit over 30, people. Look what happens. Look at that. Look, we somehow caused a fucking fire in the water room. Look, there's a power room, there's a kitchen. I can totally understand how you can start a fire there. This place is filled to the brim with water. How the fuck did you start a fire and did not immediately put itself out? Alright, the two missions we're worried about right now are the collecting food and selling a weapon because we're not crafting anything right now. Now that we've got the food one out of the way, I think we're going to focus on the item. I think there's a few things we can sell that are, or at least one thing we can sell, and hopefully someone will have a little bit of fun upstairs. That way we can just go ahead and have that happiness get raised to 100 because that would be really simple. But since that's not happening right now, we're going to go ahead and sell one of these BB guns. But I'm also curious to see what kind of scrap I can get from a BB gun since they're not exactly worth a lot. But I didn't get any junk this time, and I'm not going to go ahead and scrap them all. So I'm just going to go ahead, sell one, get the mission done so I can get a little extra caps and move on to the next mission, which, let's see what it's going to be. We're going to have to collect more water. That's not too bad. That's a simple task. Eventually, we'll do the Wasteland one, but honestly I don't like risking my people right now because I don't have a lot of stem packs. But we're going to go ahead and swap out Matthew for Gregory in here because he's got a higher charisma stat, and also I like to keep things diverse. That way I don't have to worry about people not being able to breed in the future and everything. Like, you know, we can't have everybody having the same two parents. This ain't no Adam and Eve situation. Speaking of which, I wonder if Adam ever had to deal with giant fucking red roaches in his water room, because once again, there's something wrong in there. Instead of a bunch of fire breaking out, it's a bunch of bugs swimming around in there, making the water disgusting. But at the very least, I've got a bunch of handy dandy vault dwellers that can handle it for the most part very easily, which I'm pretty grateful for. Looks like we've got some more stem packs, need to keep stockpiling those. And we're not going to risk rushing that. It's going to be a little bit before I can upgrade the room, but that's fine. Alright, we got some people leveling up after all their hard work. That's a good thing, because not only does that make them more durable, it also makes it to where they have more HP, and also makes them stronger, which, you know, always better. Oh, check that out. Happiness shot up to 100. Alright, and we got a new kid on the way. That's always nice. Alright, aside from collecting more water, it looks like we just need to merge 2 rooms together, which shouldn't be too hard. I'm pretty sure the next room I'm going to make is an electrical room. I noticed that the electrical strain is starting to get really high, and now that you're pregnant, we're going to go ahead and shove you in the storage closet. I understand that may seem a little cruel, but frankly, since they don't really have a job yet, I think it makes perfect sense. It keeps them from getting miserable, and also keeps them for the most part safe, because if there's someone in the storage room, we don't have to worry about there being an accident. And look at that, we have managed to successfully rush the stem pack production, which means we have even more medical supplies. That is fantastic. Now that that's situated, I'm going to go ahead and move her to the storage room. Honestly, it just keeps things simple. That way, when I do build the electrical room, we can just go ahead and shove them in there. Alright, we got more caps from that mission. That's always good. Got some more food. We need to make sure we stay up on that. Let's see. Oh, nope. Still can't rush the medical supplies. I'm not risking that. Nope. Let's see. Now's the time to build that generator room. We're going to go ahead and put that there. And can we upgrade it? Nope. We're just under the upgrade requirement, so if we just can manage to rush one room, we can get it up to snuff and we can finish yet another mission. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and check out some of my vault dwellers, but in reality, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the... Well, scratch that. Someone has infested the medical bay with a bunch of big stinky bugs, but I'm not really too worried about considering one of the doctors has a literal flamethrower. And just like that, it's already taken care of. Well done, doctor. Thank you for your assistance. But too bad we are still just short of the amount of caps we need. Honestly, I thought by killing the rad roaches we would have gotten some, but on the brighter side, it looks like we have ourselves a new couple being consummated right now. And looks like he's going to bring his cat with him for some reason. I guess he's got two different means for pussy time. All sexual innuendos aside, this will help raise the happiness of everyone in the vault, and that is going to lead to larger amounts of production and caps, because that is the secret to true happiness, either by being successful at your job and completing a lot of rushes, or by having sex. I mean, honestly, out of the two, I think we all know which one we would rather pick. Now, while I am tempted to keep Gregory up here, I still like the idea of keeping things diverse and also continuously putting new people in each bedroom, because I want to be able to increase the happiness across the entire vault, not just between certain individuals. This also prevents things from getting stagnant and also making it to where you don't have to worry about people not being able to reproduce without a radio station. As useful as a radio station is, it attracts more enemies, and I'm not in the mood for that right now. I do feel that I'll move Gregory to an electrical room once it is completely upgraded, just because he has such a high strength stat, and that'll be useful down the line. I mean, his stats are really well rounded, so honestly I could put him in a few rooms, but I feel like his highest stat is strength, so that's just the most obvious place to have him. Honestly though, I can't complain too much because everyone is leveling up relatively quickly, everyone's nearly at 90% happiness. I just really wish we could hurry up and finish this damn electrical room because I'm getting tired of staring at these two rooms. Speaking of which, Gregory, I'm just going to go ahead and put you in there because that's +6 strength. You're going to sit here and literally quadruple production and also make it to where we don't ever run out of power ever. Let's see if you can rush this up and finish this up for us. No, you cannot. See, look what happens. Even at 27, you could sit here and fuck it up, which is terrible because he only has a pregnant partner, and anyone who is pregnant is smart and runs away to protect themselves and the baby. But he handled it pretty well himself, so there's no big deal. Now, this is what I'd like to call my first day jump, because this is after a considerable amount of time has passed after the first initial day I started playing the game. This is where we're going to start having time skips where we have things such as children being born like the ones on screen right now, because frankly, if we sat here and watched every painstaking moment that happened in front of me on screen, it would be one of the most boring series on the planet. Honestly, I think this would be more entertaining for you guys, because it means that you don't have to sit here and watch timers count down like I do while I'm recording. But enough of my post-editing complaints. We've got two new vault dwellers that need somewhere to go, and these lovely ladies can sit here and go in the storage room for now, in my personal opinion, just because I don't have anywhere for them to go, and I'm pretty sure another baby was just consummated, so we are technically adding 3 new members to our vault, which is just absolutely wonderful. And that, however, has raised a small problem, because now I'm noticing that our food and food production are not exactly up to snuff. But before we get into that, it looks like we've unlocked the science lab and the overseer's office, 2 incredibly useful items, well, building stations that are going to be pretty useful for medical supplies, and also eventually getting to missions when we have some more expendable vault dwellers that we can send out and give them powerful weapons to find even better stuff. Not to mention, now that I finally built a 3rd freaking diner, we can now upgrade it. And just like that, since we made a bunch of new food, a bunch of rad roaches had to come in and try and steal it all. Isn't that just fucking fantastic? And the only bad news is that there are not exactly a whole lot of people in this diner right now, but that'll change after they get rid of the infestation. There's no point in moving dwellers in the middle of an emergency, because the minute you do, they're just going to move exactly back where they were beforehand. So now that that's taken care of, Deborah's going to go over here into the diner with the lads over here so she can help produce some food, and Nicole is going to do the same thing. Not that only women belong in the kitchen, but I also have men in there, so I don't want to hear shit. Alright, we merged the 2 rooms together. Now we have to kill 4 raiders at the vault door, and we can get ourselves a brandy new lunchbox, which will be extremely helpful, getting me some new weapons and resources. That'll be fun. We are starting to have a serious food problem, though. Despite the fact that we just built a new diner, our food stores are absolutely terrible right now. So what we're going to have to do is stand out some of our strongest vault dwellers out into the wasteland just to reduce the need for resources. Unfortunately, that also means we have to send 2 of our strongest vault dwellers out there in order to be able to survive the time we need, such as Matthew and Gregory. These two have some of our absolute strongest weapons, armor, and even some of the best pets we can afford them, so we can make sure they come back alive. In addition to this, we will also be able to complete yet another mission and hopefully find something we can get done in the next few minutes, because frankly I'm not spending a Nuka-Cola Quantum on any of these rush missions. It would be one thing if I was bringing people back to the vault or if I was rushing creating something, but I am not sitting here wasting my colas like that, because that's just a huge fucking dumb move to do. Now let's see what kind of mission we have now. Let's see, collect 600 power. That's an easy one to do. I still want to do the Raider one because that's going to actually be more profitable, but whatever. Oh, isn't it fun how we can sit here and rush and speed through things in a matter of seconds? At least some of the time. Speaking of time, we're going to have to take some of our storage dwellers and put them in current jobs. I've got 2 people just sitting here chilling, not really doing anything right now, so I'm going to use them to fill in the slots that became open in the electronics department in order to make sure we don't lose power. Honestly though, I feel like we're going to have to invest in making another food area, if nothing for pure storage, because honestly, I'm getting really tired of seeing that despite how effective I've been running that restaurant, we still don't have enough food for everybody. It's even making me want to rush at a 33% just because I don't like my people starving. And we actually succeeded, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm going to do a little bit of a time skip, collect some more. That's awesome. We now aren't in the red anymore, but it's like that can easily slip down because we're just eating all through it. We've got too many people. There is a bright side though, and that's that I finally saved up my cap so I can increase the capacity of my electricity room, because now my generator is absolutely massive. It can fit up to 6 people. Now, the next room I'm probably going to work on is the clinic, because while 2 stem packs at a time, even when I rush it, is pretty effective, the fact is that as soon as we expand it, we can even double the amount we can store. So instead of 15, we can go up to 30, and then up to 45 if we get a 3-tier, which is absolutely amazing. What's also amazing is the fact that I've just managed to rush about 4 rooms now, and some of them were over at 30% of fail rate, which is absolutely phenomenal as well, because we don't try over 30, as you all know. I tried that earlier today, and it just didn't work out. Plus, now I see that, oh, we have another fire going on, this time in the electricity room. Apparently, everyone's just in a hot mood today, but hey, at least this one makes sense and didn't activate the sprinklers. Because, you know, who would want sprinklers in a deep underground cave where fires can spontaneously combust for no good reason? Unfortunately though, my friends, I feel like this is where I'm going to call it. Please like and subscribe for more, and if you have any ideas or comments you'd like to make, please leave them down in the comment section. I'm terribly sorry for this video coming out a little later than normal. I planned to make it every Saturday, but unfortunately we had some editing issues, so it came out a little later. Hopefully next week it'll come out on Saturday, but until then guys, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed.